Hello everyone and welcome back to the final heat of the C&B's Hype League. And, well, if you've seen all these heats, you know this one's going to be very, very fun. Because not only do we have as the Elder Mimic here, MX, Executioner, Conquest, Black Dragon, and we have Death Roll. And, since mini-bots are not going to be in the tournament, we we'll be doing a mini-bot battle royale. We're going to have every mini-bot that has appeared in this series at the end of this video. And we're also going to be revealing the tournament spots and who is going to be in the tournament and who is not. And also, I gotta say another thing. There will be an extra tournament to decide the 32 seed. So then the 32nd seed will go up against the first seed. And after this heat, you'll get to see the tournament, and then you'll get to see the two parts for the tournament. Of the actual tournament, and not just the tournament to get the 32 seed. If that makes sense. But anyways, let's get into the fights. So now we have is the Elder Mimic and his Minibot against Executioner. I mean, the Elder Mimic is already, from what we've seen, well, in the show, is absolutely terrifying. But now it's in BattleBot form with this Minibot.
3, 2, 1, fight!
With his Minibot, normal Mimic. And the Elder Mimic is absolutely taking the town, but Executioner getting great shots in on the Elder Mimic. And now the Minibot gets a nice shot on Executioner. But Executioner is so powerful. This is a Hammerbot force to be reckoned with. Big shot by Elder Mimic here. It's just he's after the Minibot. And a big shot by the Elder Mimic now happens. And now both the Vita Mimic, like both the normal Mimic and the Elder Mimic are stuck, but now it's not. The Elder Mimic is getting counted out here. Right now. And the main bot is now gone. It is up to the Minibot to either win this or get thrown out like that. And he's fighting the countdown, and Executioner knocks out both the Minibot and the main bot of Vita Mimic. I mean, alright, let's go into this fight. I mean, Minibot fights are all obviously always going to be entertaining, but we have is Vita Mimic Elder came out, got a couple of nice shots, but Executioner was really going to town. And then when Vita Mimic, the Elder, got the absolute big hit of the match there, and he got stuck. And he just wasn't able to move. And then that's when Executioner threw the Minibot into the screws. That is 3 points for Executioner there. And now we have is Black Dragon versus Conquest, and Conquest has a Minibot, Invincible. Let me know if you want to see Dragon Season 2. Anyways, so now that we have is Black Dragon versus Conquest, I feel like that's going to be a great one. I'm going to be honest. And we'll see you there. Alright, so now we have his Conquest versus Black Dragon, and as you see over there, that's his little mini-bot. You can see Conquest. An absolute rookie, but seems to be a powerful rookie. I don't know, it's Conquest.
3, 2, 1, fight!
We have him facing off against Black Dragon, and the mini-bot gets underneath Black Dragon, and then an absolute great shot by Conquest there. And Conquest is doing whatever the hell he's doing, and Black Dragon is going after the Invincible Minibot. Invincible is getting absolutely thrown around here, just kind of like in the show. And now he's able to get underneath Black Dragon. And then there goes the pit. I don't know what Conquest is doing. Conquest is now back on his feet and is here to help his fellow Viltrumite. And then Black Dragon gets another big shot on Conquest. And now Black Dragon's stuck, and another nice shot to the wheels by Conquest. Conquest is absolutely on fire right now. Not literally, but yeah. Another nice shot by Black Dragon. The Minibot gets underneath Black Dragon again. The teamwork between these two is absolutely insane. Black Dragon gets a nice hit on Conquest, but then gets thrown back, and now Invincible is getting big shots done onto him. And then Black Dragon goes down the pit. Conquest, what an absolute crazy bot. I mean, let's do a rundown of this fight. Black Dragon went after Invincible in the beginning. Bad move by Black Dragon, because then Conquest was able to get to the back and get some nice shots, and then Black Dragon popped Conquest up where he was spinning like he was in a microwave on his one wheel. And then he just went after the Minibot Invincible trying to get him, and then when Conquest got back on his feet, he made the button go down, and that's where it all went wrong for Black Dragon. He just hates Minibots so much. It's insane. And now we have is MX versus Death Roll. And if you saw the last 3 seconds in the end of I made MX to be a bot. Like, MX is a horror character. I made him into a battle bot. That's what I did. I don't expect him to be strong because I have never tested this bot out whatsoever. And he does have a mini bot with Luigi. So yeah, we'll see that. And he's up against Death Roll. I mean, Death Roll, very powerful bot. I say Death Roll is going to win this one, to be honest, just based on pure experience and power. Anyways, let's see in the box.
3, 2, 1, fight.
A nice shot by MX there. Luigi popping up. Oh, big shot by MX! Another big shot! Holy crap! MX is now on its head. Death Roll gets up to the side of Luigi. And Luigi is now underneath Death Roll. What can MX do to get back up on its feet? But Death Roll is just trying to get out. It's just trying to get Luigi here. MX is stuck on its hat right now. But we saw a giant shot from MX here. And remember, we can't unstick these bots because they're not having a simultaneous knock countdown. Death Roll is pushing Luigi around, and that pit button does go down. MX is now going towards Death Roll, I'd say. Now Luigi is able to get underneath Death Roll, and now Death Roll is free. Man, Luigi is... Oh, big shot by Death Roll! Just an absolute unit Death Roll is. And he knows to go for the Minibot first, because that's going to absolutely fuck him over. And now he gets a nice shot on MX, and MX pops Death Roll up while being upside down, and he self-rights. That Minibot is doing so much work as MX is now stuck up on its head. Big shot by Death Roll there. Luigi is getting torn apart. MX, do something. Big shot by Death Roll. Big shot by Death Roll. Just absolute insane. Luigi gets thrown over to MX. Luigi is just leaving MX there to spin. There is a minute left in this fight. MX is doing nothing at all, and he's going towards the pit. As the Killer Croc is a nice chop, and Luigi pops Death Roll up and over. Luigi and Death Roll are now having a simultaneous countdown here. If it goes down to 3 points, if it goes down to 3, we will need to unstick these guys. And we will need to unstick these guys. 20 seconds left. Let's see what's going to happen in this fight. And a mustache is mitting off of MX. Big shot by MX. And he's back up on its head. Big shot! Luigi goes outside of the arena. And Death Roll is outside of the arena! What? What has happened? What? Okay. So, fight breakdown. So, Death Roll and MX have a great head-to-head shot. MX goes flying. And then it gets stuck on his head for about 2 minutes. Death Roll goes after the mini-bot. And then when the mini-bot goes outside the arena, MX comes back, hits Death Roll outside of the arena and himself too, and then it leads to a double knockout in a second. And Death Roll wins, gaining 2 points, and MX with 1. What? What an absolute insane fight. Congratulations to Death Roll for somehow surviving that fight. I mean, the 2 times MX got a good hit in on Death Roll, it was catastrophic. I was not expecting MX to be this powerful. Now the round is over. So the points are Executioner and Conquest tied with first place with 3 points, and Death Roll in second with 2 points, and MX with 1 point in third, and Elder Mimic and the Black Dragon have no points at all. But now, in this next fight, we have is MX against the Elder Mimic. MX is going to be using the vertical spinner for this one. We're also going to have a mini bot here too. That's going to be great. A mini bot on mini bot. Now, like it was a mini bot, and now we're going to have MX against Elder Mimic. Let's see it in the box right now. We have is MX versus the Vita Mimic and the mini bot with Luigi too. Yeah. I have high hopes for MX and Elder Mimic here.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Luigi was able to get underneath the Elder Mimic there, and MX is going to town on the mini bot too. Big shots by MX, absolutely insane. MX is really bringing it to town, and big shot by Elder Mimic, and Luigi also gets hit by MX. MX is so powerful. Big shot there again. Elder Mimic goes flying. Luigi is stuck up on its side, and the mini bot is out, and now it's just the big bots. It is just the big bots left. And the Elder Mimic is outside of the arena, and MX. Oh no. MX is way too powerful. Oh my. Fight breakdown. Elder Mimic and Luigi go head to head. MX goes against the Vita Mimic mini bot. MX annihilates the mini bot, and Luigi is just stayed underneath Elder Mimic long enough for MX to get a great shot on the Vita Mimic, and he goes flying. And then he also hit his mini bot, which then got stuck up on the wall, and he pulled up like Thanos saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself." Knocks out the Vita Mimic mini bot by throwing him outside the screws, and then said, "Nah, both of them are being wiped out." And also throws the Elder Mimic out to the screws, knocking him out. What? Insane fight. Congratulations, MX, for getting 4 points, now in first place. Wow. But now we have is Conquest versus Death Roll. Death Roll has slain MX in its first fight. Conquest is, well, Conquest, and beat the ever-living brakes off of Black Dragon with the help of his mini-bot Invincible. So yeah, we're going to see it there. Alrighty, so now it was Conquest and Invincible versus Death Roll. Death Roll, just insane. That's all I'm going to have to say. It's beaten a powerful bot and a mini-bot before.
2, 1, fight.
Can it do it again? It's a nice shot on Invincible, but Conquest goes around to the side of Death Roll. Getting some great shots in here. Just absolutely great from the mini-bot there. And Conquest says, get the hell out of my way, Invincible. And hits both his bot and Death Roll. And now Death Roll is going after the mini-bot now. Conquest to the side, absolutely getting great shots on Death Roll, and big shot by Death Roll there. Big shots by Conquest there. Both Death Roll and Conquest have very powerful vertical spinners, but Conquest is so fast, so agile. It's insane. Conquest knocks out Death Roll. Wow. Conquest and Invincible goes 2-0, scoring another 3 points for 6 points. Absolute insane. Death Roll never stood a chance. I mean, that mini bot was just able to get underneath Death Roll way too easily. Absolutely insane. But now we have in our final fight is Black Dragon versus Executioner. It's gonna be great. So now we have his Black Dragon versus the Executioner. Executioner knocked out, I'm pretty sure. Pretty
3,
sure it
2, 1,
Conquest.
fight.
No, it beat the brakes off of Elder Mimic, and it got a great box rush on Black Dragon here, and is absolutely firing that hammer down. Absolutely insane. Black Dragon's getting some nice hits finally onto Executioner. The Battle Buck Contender is not doing great this heat, as well as Death Roll. But Death Roll has some points. Black Dragon has no points whatsoever. But Executioner is just swinging that hammer down. That medieval hammer down. It's absolutely insane how powerful it is. It's not even the first minute and Black Dragon's already down at half HP. Now Black Dragon is stuck up on the wall. It needs to get freed, or it won't, and Executioner's gonna take the knockout. Alright! Executioner knocks out Black Dragon by sticking up on the wall there. Alright, fight breakdown. Executioner gets underneath Black Dragon. Hammer time, basically, and he just starts hammering down on Black Dragon, just not letting him do anything, not letting him breathe whatsoever, and absolutely puts him up on the wall. I mean, Black Dragon got a couple of good hits, and don't get me wrong, but Executioner is just way too powerful for its own good. And now we have is Executioner and Conquest tied for 6 points. MX with 4 points. Death Roll with 2 points, and the Elder Mimic and Black Dragon with no points. Damn. Alright, so now we have is Executioner versus Conquest, Death Roll versus Elder Mimic and his mini-bot, and we have is Black Dragon versus the horizontal MX and his bot Luigi. Alright, so then, see you there for Conquest versus Executioner. Alrighty, so now we have this Executioner versus Conquest and Invincible. Just such a powerful duo. But Executioner is
3,
Executioner, so
2,
let's see.
1, fight.
The rookies in Conquest know what they're doing, and it's insane. Nice shot by Conquest there. And they're definitely a bot to watch out for here. Probably the strongest looking rookies here. Just big shots by Executioner. And now it's a nice shot on that weapon. Another nice shot by Executioner here. Will Conquest finally be slain by Executioner here? I wonder. But then another great shot by Conquest is absolutely insane. Executioner finally going after that mini bot now. Getting some nice hits in on it. But now Conquest just to the side. Another nice shot by Conquest. Conquest is now just flying around, but now it's back in the fight. Getting a nice shot on the back tires of Executioner, and it goes flying. And now, just like Executioner controlling this fight, but Conquest just absolutely so powerful. And then he goes after the mini-bot. Conquest absolutely bringing the pain to Executioner here. But it's just that front wedge that's just so low to the ground. It's insane. I'm telling you, it's those forks. It's absolutely insane. And now Conquest stuck on the outside now by the screws. And now all that's left is Invincible to go and slay this Executioner. But based on how it's going, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Does Mark Grayson have plot armor here? And Conquest is back in the fight. And there goes a wheel. Conquest is back from the dead. Cecil style. And now some nice shots and Mark goes outside of the arena and Executioner gains another 3 points. I mean, you can see Conquest just spin in the back corner over here. Alrighty, so now let's do the fight breakdown. Executioner goes after the mini-bot Invincible, and then Conquest gets some great shots on Executioner here. But Executioner just has the wedge in the forks, it has the control, and just absolutely knocks out Conquest. Then all that's left was the mini-bot, and then he just went to town. Good job, Executioner, for getting another 3 points. Now is up to 9 points. But then now we have is Death Roll versus the Elder Mimic and the normal Vita Mimic bot. See you there. Alright, so now we have is the Elder Mimic and his mini bot against Death Roll, the mini bot killer. Literally. It didn't beat Conquest though, so we can't
3,
call it that.
2, 1, fight.
Elder Mimic just needs some points here. Absolutely insane. The Death Roll, of course, goes for the mini-bot because it can absolutely do that if it wants. And big shot on that mini-bot, and it goes flying and hits the top of the Elder Mimic, and it goes flying, and the mini-bot's trying to get in there, trying to get some damage done. And then now the Elder Mimic is now back in here, trying to get back up. And then now, nice shots by Death Roll, absolutely insane. And he throws it outside of the arena! The Elder Mimic needs to do something here to get some points, to do whatever it can. I don't know if it's going to be able to, though. That mini-bot, when flying across the arena, absolutely insane. And Death Roll gets a nice and big shot on the Elder Mimic there. Now the pit is lowered. Death Roll might go down in the histories as the mini-bot killer. Absolute big shot by Death Roll, which then put the Vita Mimic down into the pit. Alright, let's do the fight recap now. I mean, the Elder Mimic and the Vita Mimic bot have not gotten a single point whatsoever. But, oh my, Death Roll is now crowned as the mini-bot killer. First it was Luigi, then it was the Vita Mimic Minibot. Just insane. I mean, Death Roll got out of the bat, just targeted the Minibot. The Elder Mimic did get some good hits because of it, but then the Minibot flew outside the arena. Then Death Roll was like, "Alright, let me lock in on the main bot now," and just went to town on the Elder Mimic. Just would not stop. And then he went down the pit, and then the fight was lost. And then Death Roll gained 3 points. Congrats, Death Roll. Meaning Death Roll now has 5 points. But now we have his, oh no, MX with his horizontal configuration and Luigi going against Black Dragon. We'll see you there. Alrighty, so now we have is MX and Luigi against Black Dragon. Good luck, Black Dragon. MX hits like 17 trucks at once.
3, 2, 1, fight.
And MX gets a nice shot on the side of Black Dragon, and again, not even Luigi is safe. Oh my, now both MX and Black Dragon are stuck now. We might need, and MX is being counted out now. Same with Black Dragon. Alright, this didn't even last that long. Let's go into this fight. Alright, it starts. Black Dragon goes after the Minibot. MX gets some nice shots in, and Black Dragon gets a nice shot on MX, which pops him up on top of the bot, knocking out both MX and Black Dragon. And thanks to the rules, if the main bot gets knocked out and the Minibot knocks out the opponent, the Minibot and the main bot wins. So MX gets 3 points for a knockout. That was a quick one. That was an absolute quick fight. Alright, so now the final points for the final points of the round, we have his Executioner with straight wins with 9 points. MX in second with 7 points. Conquest with 6 points. Death Roll with 5th points with 5 points. Elder Mimic and Black Dragon still have no points on the board whatsoever. But now we have is Conquest versus MX's Vertical Spinner. Black Dragon and Elder Mimic, and we have is Death Roll versus Executioner. See you there! Alright, so now we have his MX again against Conquest. Both these bots are absolutely insane. Conquest with his fast speed and powerful weapon, and MX, well,
3,
don't need
2,
any explanation.
1, fight.
MX goes after the invincible Minibot, and it now is after Conquest. A nice shot on Conquest there. Conquest and MX go weapon to weapon. Great shots by both, and big shot by MX. The Minibots go after each other. A little bit of a wedge wars there. Now MX gets some great shots on the spinner here. Nice shot, big shot by MX here. Now again, now he's after the Minibot again. Big shot by Conquest, and then throws it outside of the arena. It's trying to knock out, and Invincible is now counted out. Is MX gonna... Yep, yes he does, yep, he knocks out both bots like usual. Oh my gosh. This bot doesn't even need a mini bot. What? Someone stop this man. MX knocks out Conquest and Invincible. Alright, let's do a fight breakdown. MX goes after Invincible. Invincible goes flying. And then goes after Conquest. Gets some nice shots in there. And Conquest does get some nice shots. They go up in weapon for a little bit. Luigi and the mini-bot. Luigi and Invincible go head to head there. And then Luigi distracts Conquest as MX starts ruthlessly beating the crap out of Invincible, just like Invincible from the show, and then turns around and then knocks out Conquest by throwing him into the screws. Congratulations, MX, for getting 3 points. And is now the first bot to gain double digits this heat. Wow. And now we have is Black Dragon versus Elder Mimic. Let's see what's going to happen there. Right now. Alrighty, so now we have is the Elder Mimic and his mini bot against Black Dragon. None of these bots have any points whatsoever. So they need to prove themselves in this fight to see who's going to win.
3,
or
2,
have a shot back in the scene.
1, fight.
Black Dragon gets up to speed and the mini bot gets underneath the main bot. As Black Dragon goes for the mini bot and why? Elder Mimic throws his son out of the way as Black Dragon throws the Elder Mimic outside the box. And now the younger bot is actually dealing some damage on the Black Dragon for now. Black Dragon is getting counted out. I swear, if Black Dragon loses this, I'm actually about to freak out. Alrighty! Oh my. Minibots might be a little bit overpowered, but there's not a lot of them in the field. So let's go and have a breakdown of this fight. Minibot, so Black Dragon and Elder Mimic and the Minibot go out in the match. Black Dragon goes after the Minibot. The Elder Mimic gets a nice shot on Black Dragon. And then Black Dragon had enough of the Elder Mimic shit, threw it outside of the arena, and then had a nice shot on the Minibot, and then proceeded to not move for 10 seconds so then the Minibot and the main bot could win. Are we serious, Black Dragon? You threw your own match. But hey, congratulations, the Minibot, for gaining 3 points. There you go. Alrighty, so now we have his Death Roll versus Executioner. How much you want to bet Executioner's gonna win this one? Two. But Death Roll is an absolute insane unit of a bot. So I guess we'll see you in that match. Alrighty, so now we have the last fight of the round. We have his Death Roll versus Executioner. Executioner, the most powerful bot this heat. And Death Roll is well Death Roll, so.
2, 1, fight.
Let's see it. A nice shot by Executioner. Another nice shot, just absolutely insane. Executioner is able to get to the side of Death Roll and start pounding down on that bot. Absolutely insane. He's just controlling this match. This bot was a collaboration between Bad Wolf and Alt, so, which is a former Battle RC champion. When the creator of the tournament did a tournament, and they collaborated and made this bot. And I can see why it's so powerful. And it decided to knock out Death Roll. Great job, Executioner. Getting another 3 points, also going up to double digits. Now it has 12 points. So, Now we have as our final score for the round. Executioner with 12 points, MX with 10, Conquest with 6, Death Roll with 5, Elder Mimic finally gaining points with 3, and Black Dragon with none. So now we have as the final fights of the heat before we reveal the tournament bracket, besides the 32 seed, because we don't know who that is yet. So now we have as Black Dragon versus Death Roll, Conquest versus, well, Elder Mimic, and we're going to have MX, which is going to be using its most powerful form, the vertical spinner, against Executioner because, well, I don't think horizontal would go good against that wedge. So I guess we'll see you there. Alrighty, so now he has the final fight for both these bots. Death Roll, great bot. Black Dragon, another BattleBot contender, yet has no points whatsoever, getting knocked down in every fight. I thought he was supposed to be the most indestructible bot ever.
1, fight.
And it's a nice tried box rush from Black Dragon, but Death Roll was able to get underneath and got great hits on Black Dragon. As Black Dragon comes back getting some great hits on Death Roll, and then Death Roll is now throwing it around the arena. As Death Roll goes down the pit, same with Black Dragon. Black Dragon is eliminated, meaning Death Roll wins this fight. We had a simultaneous knockout, but they both went down the pit, so I couldn't really unstick that. Death Roll wins this one with dun 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 dun, ending out this heat with 8 points. Congratulations, Death Roll. You ended the heat with 8 points. You're not Black Dragon, who could have had points if he would have just made smarter choices in its fight against the Elder Mimic. But anyways, the Black Dragon ends the heat with 0 points and Death Roll with 8 points. But now we have is Conquest versus the Elder Mimic. We'll see you there. Alrighty, so now we have his Conquest and Invincible versus the Elder Mimic and the Vita Mimic. I might know who's gonna win this one
3,
based
2,
on pure logic, but
1,
we'll see.
Fight.
And Conquest goes for the mini bot as per usual. And Invincible is yet able to get underneath the Elder Mimic, and now Conquest is throwing around the mini bot as what did Invincible do? Invincible! God is finally doing something for once and got the Elder Mimic up onto the screws. Great shots by Conquest here. Invincible is literally putting in work. Invincible and Conquest are doing so much work against the Mimics. It's insane. This mini-bot is being thrown up into the air. Same with Conquest. And now the mini-bot is getting thrown around, and the Elder Mimic is now stuck. Not able to move whatsoever. And now it is, well, freed by Conquest. And a nice shot by the Vita Mimic mini-bot, yeah. Now the main bots are after each other, and now Conquest lost a tire. That is not good for Team Conquest. That is definitely not good, as Invincible almost gets thrown out of the arena here. But that mini-bot of the Vita Mimic is getting underneath Conquest and getting some nice shots in here. Who knows, that spinner could actually be so powerful. And now Invincible is trying to get the Mimic down into the pit. Another nice little shot by Conquest there. Invincible able to get underneath the Mimic. Now the Vita Mimic is just absolutely on Conquest, doing some nice shots. And the Elder Mimic is gonna go down to the pit due to the Minibot. Invincible carrying Team Conquest. Absolutely insane. Conquest has tired. His forks are breaking. Invincible with one tire. Can the Minibot, all the Elder Mimics, come back? Conquest has no tires! Is the Minibot gonna come back for Team Elder Mimic? Some nice shots from the Minibot here. Some great shots. Conquest is moving though. It is moving. So you gotta give it that. The Elder Mimic is gonna try and push Conquest down into the pit. And he does! And he's freed! And Conquest is outside of the arena! He's not being counted out! What just happened? I thought Conquest and Invincible could win. What? Wow. That's insane. The Vita Mimic Elder, just get him out of the competition. The Minibot has been just kicking ass this entire heat. Wow, insane. Fight breakdown. Conquest and the Minibot has had a battle of this century, like Sparta versus Mundus from Devil May Cry. Absolutely insane. And then we got the Vita Mimic Elder and Invincible just doing whatever the hell they're doing. Invincible beating the Vita Mimic Elder. That's how bad the Elder bot, a mini bot, was beating the hell out of the main bot, the Elder Mimic, with probably the biggest drum spinner in this competition. And Invincible threw down the pit, but the Minibot locked in, knocked out the Minibot Invincible that the Elder couldn't do, and then had the battle of the century against Conquest and won. Congratulations, Elder Mimic Minibot. The Elder Mimic does not even need any of these points or deserves any of these points. The Minibot carried it here. And if it somehow gets into the tournament, it's going to get the shit beat out of him because there is no Minibots allowed in the tournament. But now we have is the final fight of this heat. Oh no, it's MX versus Executioner. This is either going to be the shortest match it'll ever be or the longest match and the most entertaining match it will be. So yeah, let's see it right now. So now we have this MX versus Executioner. Oh my gosh. This is such an insane heat. Everything has happened.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
And now big shot by MX to the tires off Executioner. Executioner showing a side to MX all because of a damn Minibot. And Executioner getting a nice shot on MX. Another nice shot on MX as MX just goes flying around. That Minibot absolutely getting some work done here. MX is trying to move here. MX is gone. Is Executioner gonna knock out the Minibot like this? That hammer is swinging down, up and down, up and down. Absolutely insane. That Minibot is gonna die. It is not gonna survive Executioner's wrath. Absolutely insane. Yeah, no, it's not gonna live. Oh my. It's free now. Luigi, move! Get away, Luigi! No! Run, Luigi! Run while you can! You can't take another hit! No! Oh, it misses! It misses again! No! Luigi dies! What an end to this heat! Well, we have the mini-bot battle royale, but... Alright, so... Executioner gives its side to MX. MX gets a beautiful shot on the Executioner. And then MX got stuck up on the wall thanks to Executioner. Then Executioner killed Luigi. It has no health left. Luigi is gone. It is gone. Alright, so now we have is the final points. Executioner with a dominant display, winning against everyone with 15 points. MX in second place with 10 points. Death Roll with in third place with 8 points. Elder Mimic and Conquest, I am sad to say, have tied with 4 points. And Black Dragon, the most disappointing bot in the entirety of the heats, with no points. I am certain that Executioner and MX will make the tournament. But now we have is the mini-bot battle royale, where every mini-bot that has competed in the heat, yes, including Webs, will be doing a battle royale. And it's gonna be insane. Where we will have now Invincible, the Mimic that is carried, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna need Webs now. Alrighty, so now we have is every single mini-bot that has competed. I am pretty sure. Let me double check here. Yes, it is every mini-bot that has competed. Now, in a battle royale, hold up, we don't want teams, we want a rumble. They're all gonna fight. Let's see what the best mini-bot is. We're having this battle royale because they're not gonna be in the tournament, so. Say goodbye to all of them.
2, 1, fight.
Alrighty, so then Luigi goes after the Mimic, but then Luigi is able to get underneath the Mimic. A nice little tap by the Mimic there. Absolutely insane. A nice shot by the Mimic there. Absolutely insane. A nice shot again. Another nice shot on Luigi. Luigi is feeling the pain. Luigi is insane. Webs and Invincible are just going at it here. 30 minutes are now up. A nice little like taps from the mini-bot here. Invincible getting flipped over by the screws there and is now back up, but that mini-bot in Webs is still in full function. Luigi is getting absolutely torn apart here. Absolutely insane. Another nice tap by the Vita Mimic. Another nice tap is Webs. Webs is going into screws and is now back out and is trying to self-right themselves. The Vita Mimic is now stuck up on something, but now gets freed, and now that button is pushed. A nice little shot by the Vita Mimic as Webs is trying to self-right. It is trying its best to do anything, something at all, as Invincible just keeps pushing it into the Vita Mimic. A nice little, just nice shots by the Vita Mimic, which I personally think is going to win. Luigi's front side as well, not Luigi anymore, and Invincible has some great controls here. And now Mimic is going flying. And is now stuck and now is unstuck again. Another nice shot by Vito Mimic. A minute to go. Haven't seen that much action yet because Webbs just is stuck and Luigi is not dying. Absolutely insane. Vito Mimic getting some nice shots here on Luigi. The nice shot there. Webbs is trying to get back up, and we see Vito Mimic getting some nice shots there onto Luigi. Now Invincible is doing whatever he can, and now is deciding to go after. Now trying to go after the Vito Mimic. Absolutely insane as the Mimic goes flying around. He is going flying. Invincible. Luigi. Vito Mimic. Spider. All go the distance to see who wins. Match is over. Let's see who the best mini-bot is here. I have no idea. I'd say the Vito Mimic mini-bot, not gonna lie. And it did. It won. Alrighty. I mean, nice job by the mini-bots. Thank you for participating in the season, but now you gotta hope your main bot either gets into the tournament, which I'm pretty sure MX and Spiders is gonna be in. You just gotta hope Conquest and the Mimic is, so then the mini-bots can cheer them on from the sidelines. But now we have is the bracket. We gotta reveal it. So yeah, we'll see you there. Alright everyone, and the bracket is revealed. Now, I'm gonna go over all the seeds, but before we do, let's take in on who's fighting who. We have as Hypershock, which is the number 1 seed fighting no one at this current moment. We have is Sawblaze, the 21st seed, fighting High Speed Collision, the 22nd seed. And then we have is Exterminator, 23rd seed, against Conquest, the 24th seed. And then we have is Revolt, the 20th seed, going against Deep Six, which is the we have Deep Six versus Revolt, Huge versus Ice Wave, Division V3 versus Titan, Bronco versus Nightcrawler, Brick Separator versus Blip, Axolotl versus Whiplash, Clown and Round versus Bite Force, Bloodsport versus Salvage Rage, Hive Smasher versus MX, Death Roll versus the Dragon Flipper, Rap Devil versus Nightmare, Spider versus Biohazard, Executioner versus Gruff. Now I'm going to get into the seeds. Hypershock is the number 1 seed. Axolotl is the 2nd seed. Executioner is the 3rd seed. Brick Separator is the 4th seed. So those are the top 4 contenders. Hypershock is the number 1 seed, meaning most likely to win the tournament by the judges. Spider is in the 5th seed. Deep Six is the 6th seed. MX is the 7th seed. Titan is 8. Division's the 9th seed. Bite Force is the 10th seed. Bloodsport is the 11th seed. Clownin' Around is the 12th seed. Salvaged Rage is the 13th seed. Rap Devil is the 14th seed. Biohazard, 15th seed. The Dragon Flipper is the 16th seed. Mr. Nightcrawler is the 17th seed. Ice Wave, the 18th seed. Huge, 19. Revolt, the 20th seed. Sawblaze, 21st seed. High Speed Collision, 22nd seed. Exterminator, 23rd seed. Bronco, 24th seed. Wait, no, Conquest, 24th. Bronco, 25th. Whiplash, 26th seed. Hive Smashin', 27th seed. Death Roll is the 28th seed. Nightmare's the 29th seed. Gruff is the 30th seed. Blip is the 31st seed. And no one knows who the 32nd seed. Besides, we know who's going to be fighting in the Desperado tournament to get the 32nd seed. Which those people fighting in it are Megalovania, the Hollowed Vessel, Black Rose, Brett, Fogborn, Tombstone, Axe Backwards, Jason, the Harassing Assassin against the Mimic. Which will be fighting in a tournament where we will have Megalovania fight against the Hollowed Vessel, Black Rose against Brett, Fogborn versus Tombstone, Axe Backwards versus Jason, and the Harassing Assassin against the Mimic, the Elder Mimic. That'd been funny if just not done the Elder Mimic and done the Minibot instead. But thank you all for watching this heat, or the finale of the heats. I was your host, C&B, and we will see you all in the Desperado tournament. See you there.